A very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome you to this press conference being organized by Sikkim University to reflect upon 3 years of implementation of the National Education Policy 2020. We have with us our Vice Chancellor, Professor Avinash Khare, our Registrar, Shri KVS Rameshwar Rao, the Chairperson of the NEP Committee of Sikkim University, Professor Yodhida Bhutia, the Member Secretary of the NEP Committee of Sikkim University, Dr. Amit Gupta. Before we begin, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to share a piece of good news with all of you that the term of our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Avinash Khare, has been extended up to the 31st of July 2024. And we hope to achieve many more milestones in the coming days under his leadership and guidance. I welcome you once again. I also welcome our faculty members who have come to join us today. I now request Professor Avinash Khare to kindly address the gathering. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam. Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yeah. Yes.
Is it morning or afternoon? It's afternoon. मनोज में आ रहा हूँ अभी. Good afternoon to all of you, ladies and gentlemen of the press, faculty members of Sikkim University, those who are present here, dear students. I don't see many students, dear students, and other invited guests to this press conference. On behalf of Sikkim University, let me start by welcoming you to this session which we have specially organized to celebrate the 3rd anniversary of the National Education Policy. Ladies and gentlemen, as you already know, that the National Education Policy was brought into existence in the year 2020, July 29th, right? 29th. It was brought by the Union Government, Central Government, and the idea was to revamp the education policy of India. Since independence, our education policy has been revamped many times, 3 or 4 times. The last it was done was 86. The last revamping was done in 86. And as you can imagine, since 86, a considerable time has elapsed. Ladies and gentlemen, what happens is that things change. Society changes, the priority of society changes, many things change. And a successful education policy must take into account, must be consistent with all the changes which are happening in the society. And therefore it is imperative, it is necessary that every about 20 years or 25 years, we take a look at our education policy and bring it into line, bring it into consistency with what is existing in the society, what society expects from the young generation, because education policy will frame the kind of students, the kind of young generation which will be produced in the country, and they have to be consistent with what the nation wants, what the society wants. And therefore it is very imperative that the education policy must be looked at every 20 years, 25 years. So as Madam Bhotia has told me that the last revamping was done in 86. Now it is time to relook at it, and our national government, union government, took that bold step in 2020, July of 2020, and brought this policy into national education policy into existence. It was announced. It was a gigantic effort. It was a humongous effort. I know the chairperson of this committee which framed the education policy, Professor Kasturi Rangan. He was an educator. He's basically a scientist. He's a physicist. Same place where I did my PhD from. The other way around. I did my PhD from the same place where he did. He was my senior. We both are from Ahmedabad Physical Research Laboratory, where the father of the Indian space program, Dr. Vikram Sarabhai, established the first laboratory in space science in Ahmedabad. So he was there earlier, and then I joined later, of course. So I know him personally as well as from his work and professionally. He is really a very, very meticulous person. He was the chairperson of this committee. And along with many experts and many people, this policy was framed. And I'm told that in the process of deliberations, the suggestions were taken from general public also. After the draft, first a draft was brought into existence, and then that draft was circulated amongst common people. And then people were asked to comment, to give suggestions, how it can be improved, where it can be improved, what other changes should be brought in. So basically the point which I am trying to make is this education policy has undergone a lot of thorough examination, thorough scrutiny by everybody, all the stakeholders, the general public, scientists, the politicians, everybody. So it's a result of a very intense deliberations and consultations from amongst our people of our country. So it was announced in 2020, and from 2020 onwards, initially all the central universities and higher education, and then later on private universities, state universities. It was expected that it will be slowly and gradually implemented over a period of about 10 years. Over a period of about 10 years. It started in 2020, and its implementation will be complete by 2030. All the pillars, all the verticals will be finished by 2030. So, in 2020, we in Sikkim University were directed by our central government to start implementing various pillars of this national education policy. And we got into this business with a great gusto, took it as a challenge. We immediately formed a committee in 2021. 2021, we formed a committee in Sikkim University under the leadership of Professor Satyanarayana in those days. He was a faculty member in Sikkim University and assisted by Madam Bhotia, Yojita Bhotia, and there was a whole committee. They got into the act, they got into the implementing, and since then various pillars have been implemented. So this is the third anniversary of that. So anniversary is just a way of putting it. You're not going to have, it's not a birthday or something where we'll cut a cake or something like that. Basically the idea is that take a stock of situation. 3 years have passed. We have implemented various pillars of this national education policy. So let us sit down and take a stock as to what we have done, how we have done, how far it has been successful, and how to go about implementing the rest of the pillars, and how to correct what may not have been correct, or if there were some errors in implementing some of the pillars earlier, how can we correct that, and take other corrective measures. So basically, I won't call it anniversary, I would call it as taking stock of the situation. So that is the whole idea of this press conference, and I thought we'll take a stock of the situation in front of the press. So the press also knows what we have done and how we have done. And you can give us marks for how we have done the job. So with that introduction, I think I would hand it over to you to present details of this. So I would request our madam. So Professor Satyanarayana has left Sikkim University, he has gone to some other university. And since about how many months now? For about 6 months after he left, Madam Yojita Bhotia, our professor in the Department of Education, she has taken over the reins of this committee to implement NEP 2020. And she has been doing a wonderful job, very dedicated, I really find her very, very dedicated. Some people are really, you give them a job and then they're just like a horse. They don't look at anything else. They put all their efforts, their mind, everything into it. So she, along with her colleagues, Professor Dr. Gupta, who's already here, and with the help from all of us from Sikkim University, or Registrar Sahab, Rao Sahab, we've been under her leadership. We are trying to bring about this implementation of NEP. I would request Madam Bhotia to take over and explain to the press what we have done about implementing NEP in Sikkim University.
Thank you, sir, for your kind words of appreciation. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Avinash Khare, respected Registrar Sir in the dais, Dr. Amit Gupta. I join hand with Sir to welcome all the media representatives from the different media houses. We could see there are 28 list we have found. It may be double, but more than 20 media houses are represented today. Thank you for accepting our invitation. It wasn't very long we had set, but you managed to come here and be with us. And also, I also welcome all the dean of different schools of Sikkim University, head of different departments of Sikkim University. Thank you for coming. Today, we will talk about the progress of implementation of NEP, or saying take the stock of progress of NEP, implementation of NEP. First of all, Sikkim University started talking about the NEP right in 2019 when the draft document was released. We had organized a conference where various experts had come to talk about, deliberate upon the 2019 draft document, which was 300 pages. So when the final NEP policy came in, it was a 60-page, and we were, at the direction from the Government of India, we have started implementing. There are, of course, we have provided a press communique to you. I would like to just go focus what we have done. I think that is better. I would like to say that Sikkim University is one of the first university to implement 4-year undergraduate course. Till now, only 3-year undergraduate courses are running all over most of the universities. We are the first university in 2022, first batch of 4-year undergraduate course were admitted, and we foresee in July 2026, first batch of bachelor with honors and research will come out.
And Madam Bhotia, I would request you, if you can explain to the ladies and gentlemen of the press, how is this 4-year program? They all know that the normal UG program is 3 years. So when you say now it is 4 years, I'm sure they'll want to know what have you done, why was it done, or something like that. A bit of explanation about all the pillars which you have.
This 4-year undergraduate course allows the exit and entry, and this policy allows exit after each year. Are not able to continue, or when other girl students, they have other family obligations, or any students who have family obligations, they can take advantage. So after first year, they will not, if they want to exit, they will get certificate in different discipline, and they can exit and they earn the credits. And in second year, if they continue to second year, if they exit, they'll get the diploma, and they exit and they come back. This policy allows the students to take advantage of it and not get wasted. There's a lot of wastage in the past in our education system otherwise. Yes. So this wastage will be completely avoided.
Yeah, let me. For instance, earlier there used to be a lot of dropouts. आपने पढ़ाई शुरू की, अंडर ग्रेजुएट एडमिशन लिया, फर्स्ट ईयर किया, लेकिन फैमिली में कुछ प्रॉब्लम हो गई, फीस नहीं दे पाए या कुछ वजह हो गई, यू कुड नॉट कंटिन्यू. अर्लियर इफ दैट वाज द केस देन यू हैव टू ड्रॉप आउट. और एक बार आप ड्रॉप आउट हो गए तो एक साल तो वेस्ट हो गया आपका, और दोबारा अगर आप अंडर ग्रेजुएट करेंगे तो आपको फिर से एडमिशन लेना पड़ेगा, फिर फर्स्ट ईयर से शुरू करना पड़ेगा. So because there used to be dropouts, and there was no way those dropouts can be brought back into the system. So that was a great loss. And you know, the life in our country can be so difficult sometimes. It's not possible. You and I are of good means. If something happens, our parents will take care of it financially. But there are many people who face very difficult problems, who cannot just continue. So here, as Madam Bhotia has said, there is this new education policy, we have a 4-year undergraduate program, where there is a flexibility. if there are circumstances which are forcing you not to continue after first year, second year or something like that, then you go out. You go out of the system. आपने 2 साल काम किया, 2 साल पढ़ा, कुछ problem हो, you can go out. Now, so you go out now. You to come back or not is your choice. If you come back, you can continue from 2 years again. 2 साल बचा, you can continue with those 2 years and finish your undergraduate still in 4 years. But suppose you don't want to come back, even then you have not lost everything. For 2 years which you have put in, 2 साल जो आपने complete किया है, उसके लिए आपको डिग्री मिलेगी. कौन सी डिग्री मिलेगी?
डिप्लोमा
डिग्री मिलेगी. 1 साल कंप्लीट किया तो सर्टिफिकेट मिलेगा, 2 में डिप्लोमा, 3 में बैचलर मिलेगी. So you see how good this policy is. You realize this? कि पहले अंडर ग्रेजुएट में अगर आपका प्रॉब्लम हुआ तो यू आर आउट ऑफ द सिस्टम एंड दैट्स इट, गया काम से. लेकिन अभी ऐसा नहीं, वापस भी आ सकते हो. अगर आना है, नहीं आना है तो आपको जो 2 साल आपने स्पेंड किया, 1 साल स्पेंड किया, उसका आपको डिग्री मिलेगा, सर्टिफिकेट मिलेगा, डिप्लोमा मिलेगा. तो प्लीज रियलाइज दिस.
And Sikkim University has implemented this, and after 3rd year, they will get bachelor degree in any discipline, like which is continuing. And in the 4th year, they'll either get research or honors. If they score very good credits, and they after 4th year, students can apply to PhD directly. So in this way, you can save a lot of time. There are very talented individuals; they can take advantage of it. So this we have implemented in July 2026. We will see the first batch of bachelor with honors and research, and it is going to be a historic moment for us. So and then regarding PG, we have also revising the curriculum of all the 32 departments. Many of the boards have already accepted and approved. And if you ask what is the revision about, it is as per the credit at national level. So our students can move out or score as equal credit from any good universities. Previously, the credits were low, so we have revised it in such a way the credits are equivalent in all the major universities of India as per the National Credit Framework document of 2023, May 2023. Not only that, this policy also says that curriculum should be learner-centered. Learners should know what they're going to learn. Students should know what they're going to learn. So it is made in such a way, it is outcome-based, not objective. We know that what we are going to teach. Teachers knows what we're going to teach. But the learner should know what they're going to learn. So all these curriculums are framed as per the learner outcome base so that we empower learner what they need to learn. So this revision has been done at PG level throughout PG and UG level of all the 32 departments, and it is being vetted in different bodies. And also this curriculum has value-added course. For example, Indian contribution to knowledge, Indian contribution to various knowledges, like Indian contribution to physics, Indian contribution to different subjects, mathematics and education. So this wasn't very focused before. So now Indian contribution of knowledge, cyber security, global citizenship. Our children, our learners should also learn about themselves, should be based on the Indian ethos, and should also have the capacity to survive anywhere in the world. So these components we have added in our.
Say Indian knowledge का let me. आप लोग बोलोगे Indian knowledge, what does it mean? Indian knowledge कहाँ से आएगा? Earlier we didn't have. You have done BSc, MSc earlier, BA, MA. So no Indian knowledge. What is this Indian knowledge about? So this is again an effort from our policy makers and from the people who have made NAP policy, that we started looking back in our own history. After all, India is a very old nation. Our society, our civilization is not 200 or 300 years old. Our civilization is 2000 years, 3000 years old. Now, earlier, when we were, so take any subject and see how it was done earlier, before this NEP policy. Suppose I am from physics, let's say. Somebody could be from mathematics, somebody could be from other disciplines. So let me take an example of physics or mathematics. Now, in physics, earlier when we were taught physics, when I learned physics, NEP was not there. So normally whatever physics we learn now, science now, has come from West. has come from Europe. तो हम लोग क्या पढ़ते हैं? न्यूटन्स लॉज, isn't it? कि न्यूटन और आर्किमिडीज लॉ, दीज आर ऑल, ये क्या है? ये सब लोग यूरोप के लोग हैं जिन्होंने कि न्यूटन लॉज, न्यूटन कब हुए थे? और 400 साल पहले, 500 साल पहले इंग्लैंड में हुए थे, उन्होंने लॉ निकाले, हम लोग पढ़ रहे हैं। लेकिन समझने की बात यह है कि हमारी जो सभ्यता है, हमारी जो सोसाइटी है, 3,000 साल पुरानी है। हमारे यहाँ भी ये खोजें हुई हैं, हमारे वेदों में, हमारे पुराणों में, हमारे संस्कृति में ये सब चीज़ें हैं। हमारे यहाँ भी साइंटिस्ट हुए हैं 3,000 साल पहले, 2,500 साल पहले। और ये कई चीज़ों में कई बार मालूम पड़ता है, ये रिसर्च जो कि हमारे पास यूरोप से आ रही है या अमेरिका से आ रही है, इसकी खोज हमारे यहाँ भी हो चुकी है। और वो यूरोप से कई टाइम पहले हुई है। यूरोप में अगर मैं आपसे न्यूटन्स लॉज बोलूँ, तो न्यूटन लॉ जो हम आजकल पढ़ते हैं, अगर आप फिजिक्स में पढ़ें तो आपको न्यूटन लॉ पढ़ाए जाएंगे। वो न्यूटन के लॉ है जो कि 400 साल पहले या 500 साल पहले इंग्लैंड में जिनकी खोज हुई। लेकिन अगर हम अपने संस्कृति में जाके तो इसी तरह के जो गति के नियम है, न्यूटन के लॉ जो है, लॉज ऑफ मोशन जिसको बोलते हैं, गति के नियम जो है, इनकी खोज हमारे यहाँ कई साल पहले हो चुकी है। तो जो नई एजुकेशन पॉलिसी है उसका ये उद्देश्य है कि आपको ये बताए कि हमारे यहाँ भी, हम भी किसी से पीछे नहीं, हम भी किसी से कम नहीं है। हमने भी, ये न्यूटन ने और जो आइंस्टाइन ने खोज की है, हमारे, ठीक है, लोगों ने की है, अपने टाइम पे की है, लेकिन ये खोजें हमारे यहाँ भी हो चुकी है। और हमारी संस्कृति भी उतनी ही ऊंची है, उतनी ही अच्छी है, जैसे कि हम लोग अभी ये न्यूटन को या आइंस्टाइन को मानते हैं। तो जिससे हमको गर्व महसूस होगा, हमको एक गर्व महसूस होगा कि हम भी किसी से कम नहीं है। हमारे यहाँ भी खोज हो चुकी है, हम भी चाहें तो यूरोप के बराबर और अमेरिका के बराबर आ सकते हैं। तो उसको बोलते हैं इंडियन नॉलेज सिस्टम। इस तरह से हर सब्जेक्ट में मैंने आपसे फिजिक्स का उदाहरण दिया हुआ है, फिजिक्स का एग्जाम्पल दिया हुआ है। केमिस्ट्री में देखिए, जो खोजें यूरोप में 400-500 साल पहले हुई है, वो हमारे भारतवर्ष में 2,500 साल पहले, 3,000 साल पहले हो चुकी है। कोई भी सब्जेक्ट ले लीजिए, एस्ट्रोनॉमी ले लीजिए, एस्ट्रोफिजिक्स ले लीजिए, और भी जो ब्रांचेज हैं, लॉ है, म्यूजिक है, हर ब्रांच में, मेडिसिन में, सब जो हमारे यहाँ भी खोजें हो चुकी हैं, क्योंकि यूरोप और अमेरिका से 1,500 साल पहले, 2,000 साल पहले। तो ये नई शिक्षा नीति जो है, न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी का ये उद्देश्य है कि आपको ये बताए कि हमारी भारत की, हमारी संस्कृति भी अच्छी है, पुरानी है, सुदृढ़ है। और ये खोजें जो कि यूरोप में, अमेरिका में अभी हो रही हैं, हम लोग इनको बहुत पहले कर चुके हैं। तो हम लोग भी अगर हम लोग चाहें, हम लोग अगर निश्चय करें, तो हम लोग भी इन जो कंट्री जैसे बोलते हैं ना, यूरोप की और यूएस की कंट्री, काफ़ी हमसे आगे हैं, हम भी इनके आगे आ सकते हैं कि हमें भी ये, हमारी संस्कृति भी इतनी पुरानी है। तो इंडियन नॉलेज सिस्टम का जो उद्देश्य यही है कि हर डिसिप्लिन में ये बताए कि हमारे यहाँ इस डिसिप्लिन में क्या खोज कब हुई।
And another important component of NEP, Sikkim University have introduced is academic bank of credit. The students will earn credit. Gone are the days we talk about teachers giving the credit or marks. Now the students earn. This is how it is called empowering the learners. Okay, and then they earn the credit, and these credits will be stored in a academic bank of credit. And this credit will be redeemed as a certificate or diploma and all. And the life of the credit, academic bank of credit is, credits in the academic bank of credit is 7 years. So 7 years, anytime they can always come back and join to take the.
इसमें ये बताना चाहूँगा मैं कि एकेडमिक बैंक ऑफ क्रेडिट, देखिए कई बार क्या हुआ है, सिक्किम यूनिवर्सिटी भी इस चीज़ का शिकार हो चुकी है कि लोग मार्कशीट को फॉर्ज करते हैं। आजकल ये रैकेट बहुत चला हुआ है, नकली मार्कशीट। तो आप फेल हो चुके हैं, लेकिन आप नकली मार्कशीट जाकर बनवा लीजिए बाजार से। दिल्ली में बहुत बड़ा रैकेट चल रहा है इसका, हर शहर में आप बनवा लीजिए और कुछ भी नंबर भर लीजिए, 100%, 40%, 80%, 90%, कुछ भी नंबर भर लीजिए उसमें, और आपके पास एक नई मार्कशीट होगी। वो मार्कशीट जो है, बिल्कुल जो असली मार्कशीट है, वो बिल्कुल उस जैसी दिखेगी। उसको लेकर कहीं भी आप चले जाइए और आपको एडमिशन वहाँ मिल जाएगा। पहले ये होता आ रहा था। एकेडमिक बैंक ऑफ क्रेडिट ये एक ऐसा सिस्टम बना दिया है नई शिक्षा नीति के अंतर्गत इस तरह का सिस्टम बनाया है कि ये रैकेट अब खत्म हो जाएगा। ये कंप्यूटर में ये जो क्रेडिट है इसलिए स्टोर हो जाएगी और उसको इससे कोई छेड़छाड़ नहीं कर सकता, इसका कोई नकल नहीं बना सकता है। और दूसरी चीज ये है, पहले अगर आप एक यूनिवर्सिटी में हैं तो दूसरी यूनिवर्सिटी में जाना कितना मुश्किल होता था। आप मान लीजिए सिक्किम यूनिवर्सिटी में आपको यहाँ पर 80% नंबर मिले हुए, 80% स्कोर है आपका, आप दिल्ली जाने की यूनिवर्सिटी में दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी जाना चाहते हैं, वो बोलेंगे आपका 80%, हमारे तो 40% है, तो कोई इक्वलेंस नहीं है। सिक्किम यूनिवर्सिटी का 80% हो सकता है इक्वल टू 40% ऑफ दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी, मे बी इक्वल टू 60% ऑफ आसाम यूनिवर्सिटी, मे बी इक्वल टू 70% ऑफ सम अदर यूनिवर्सिटी, क्योंकि हर यूनिवर्सिटी का लेवल अलग अलग है। अब क्या हुआ है कि एकेडमिक बैंक ऑफ क्रेडिट से अगर मुझको कुछ क्रेडिट मिला हुआ है, 50 क्रेडिट मिला हुआ है, 60 क्रेडिट मिला हुआ है किसी भी सब्जेक्ट में, तो वो चाहे सिक्किम यूनिवर्सिटी हो, चाहे दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी हो, चाहे बैंगलोर यूनिवर्सिटी हो, चाहे मिजोरम यूनिवर्सिटी हो, उसकी वैल्यू हर जगह बिल्कुल एक हो। तो इससे कोई विद्यार्थी, कोई स्टूडेंट अगर एक यूनिवर्सिटी से दूसरी यूनिवर्सिटी जाना चाहता है, बीच में आप यहाँ पर बीएससी कर रहे हैं, बीए कर रहे हैं, सेकेंड ईयर है, आपको मान लीजिए दूसरी आपके पिताजी का ट्रांसफर हो गया, आपको दूसरे शहर जाना है, वहाँ एडमिशन लेना है, तो ये जो क्रेडिट है जो आप क्रेडिट आपको यहाँ मिला हुआ है, ये क्रेडिट वहाँ भी चले, इसकी इक्वलेंस है, अलग अलग नहीं होगी। तो आपको एक यूनिवर्सिटी से दूसरी जगह दूसरी यूनिवर्सिटी में जाने में काफ़ी इजी हो जाएगा, सहायता मिलेगी।
So far, 12,000, more than 12,960 students are registered in academic bank of credit, where the controller of examination, sir, is the nodal officer of this in our university. Now, next is, you must have heard about online course. Now, there is a Government of India's regulations to implement 40% of the entire program should be earned from the online platform. So what happens is that our students will get an opportunity to learn from the online course made by the best of professors in India and in other countries. Not only from us, but also from the best of professors anywhere in IITs or JNU or other DU or any other big universities. This opportunity will be provided. So Sikkim University has implemented this also in each department. Next is
इसका भी बहुत elaborate on this. For instance, this online courses, they are again a great improvement. And you can see why. The reason is good university. Suppose you take good universities, universities which are very well established, 100 years old, Delhi University, Bangalore University, Hyderabad. These universities are good universities. They have enough number of faculty to teach. They have no problem. They can teach any course. They have enough number of faculty to teach. But not all universities are like this. For instance, Sikkim University, or universities which are just coming up, the new university, उनके पास फैकल्टी अभी पूरी नहीं, तो कोई सब्जेक्ट है आपके पास में, उसको पढ़ाने के लिए लोग ही नहीं, उसके पढ़ाने के लिए फैकल्टी ही नहीं। क्यों नहीं है? क्योंकि यूनिवर्सिटी भी नई बन रही है, या दूर दराज के इलाके में वहाँ पर कोई सिक्किम यूनिवर्सिटी है, मेजर many universities in the northeast are actually suffering from this. They are far out in the northeast because of lack of infrastructure. Teachers are not available to teach a particular subject. They are a part of the syllabus, but there are no teachers to teach that subject. Now, this was a great problem earlier. How do you, otherwise, earlier what used to happen was those subjects used to be withdrawn. Okay, we will not teach. We will not teach a subject simply because people are not available. But new education policy has taken care of this in a very good way. What they have done is that some courses can be taken online. So 40% of credit can be taken online. What it means is that 40% of credit can be taken online. You can, so there are good professors who take any subject like law or management or as whatever subject. There are lectures prepared by very good experts who prepared good lectures, and they are available online. And the university's responsibility is to have a good infrastructure system of computers and PCs available, where a student can take 40%. So 100 में से 60% he may have to take to sit in the classroom, but for 40% of the credit he can take it online. तो कंप्यूटर है, आप जाकर वहाँ बैठिए, उसको ऑनलाइन लॉग इन कीजिए, और जो भी सब्जेक्ट आपको पढ़ना है तो आप कंप्यूटर में ऑनलाइन पढ़ सकते हैं। और वो जो कोर्सेज इस तरह से डिज़ाइन किए गए हैं कि उसको ऑनलाइन पढ़ा जा सकता है। हर कोर्स को नहीं पढ़ सकते ऑनलाइन, लेकिन ये कोर्सेज ऐसे बनाए ऐसे जाते हैं जिनको आप ऑनलाइन पढ़ सकते हैं, कंप्यूटर से डायरेक्टली पढ़ सकते हैं। तो ये जो समस्या है कि एक सब्जेक्ट सिर्फ इसलिए नहीं पढ़ाया जाता कि उसके लिए फैकल्टी नहीं है, उस समस्या का ये समाधान है।
And now we're also getting ready for internationalization of higher education, that is allowing international students to come and join us in our university, and to be one of the important center of international students, especially from students from the neighboring countries. Regulations are getting ready. Now, as of now, regulations from ICCR, from Indian Council for Cultural Relations, Delhi. We already have. Now with this, more students will get an opportunity. Already it is we have also made a part in PhD and in postgraduate programs where 25% supernumerary seats will be given to international students. In this way, we will have exposure of or we can get opportunity of Sikkim University's academic abilities with other students from other countries.
Now, here I would like to say, this is very relevant. This is very relevant for Sikkim. This whole point about internationalization of education, and the purposely interjected this point because this point is especially very important. It is relevant to the press. I have been in Sikkim for 2.5 years now. This is my qualification. So it is not possible for him to come and teach in the classroom. Now, national education policy removes these hurdles. People, if you think that there's out there in the market, there's a person who has very good experience about managing a company or about some practical experience. And if you think it is useful for your student, you can bring him into the classroom, and he will be able to teach. It's a great flexibility.
And finally, research and development is one of the very important components of higher education. We have also established R&D cell with the director and a cell with the chaired by Vice Chancellor. The director is already appointed, and for this is also we just established this. So these are the some of people. And one of the important point is we have already appointed NEP SARTHI. NEP SARTHI are the student ambassadors for academic reforms in transforming higher education. UGC has implemented this, and we were told to nominate 3 SARTHI, NEP SARTHI, and they have been nominated. And very soon UGC will be directly contacting them to work as the ambassador for transforming higher education. So these are the few things we would like to share with you, and we can assure that, or with confidence we can say that Sikkim University has been very proactive in implementing NEP and have progressed much higher in implementing till the 3rd year of NEP 2020. Thank you so much.
After Rao speaks, we can have a free for all question and answer session where you can clear all your doubts if you have it.
सर एनईपी के अंतर्गत जो भाषा
नहीं, अभी राव साहब बोल रहे हैं, उसके बाद आप पूछ सकते हैं आपका सवाल.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Amir Gupta, knowledge system. Certain practices we have. To start with, some accidentally our finger cuts in the kitchen. What would mother would say? Put some turmeric over that. So, how this traditionally we are practicing without knowing the antiseptic qualities and features of turmeric. So this knowledge has to be scientifically be taken out, and also a farmer who have been practicing old agricultural practices coming from his grandfather and forefathers. So he doesn't know why he should do, but he is doing and then giving results. For example, in the remote area of Bihar, after cultivation of wheat, they sow daicha, locally called a green crop. And after growing it to 5 to 6 feet, they intentionally cut it and then plow it along with the plant. So when you plow it, the roots, they develop nitrogen bulbs and give strength to the soil because it belongs to the leguminous family. And then green leaves will give that mulching strength to the field, enhances the strength of the field. This he does without knowing why he is doing.
गोदरेज इंटीरियो घरेलू और कार्यालय दोनों क्षेत्रों में भारत का प्रीमियम फर्नीचर ब्रांड है, जो डिजाइन, निर्माण और स्थिरता के लिए एक जाना माना नाम। फर्नीचर श्रेणी में देश की सबसे बड़ी इन हाउस डिजाइन टीम। आपकी सेहत का ख्याल रखते हुए हम आपका जीवन भर साथ निभाते हैं, क्योंकि हम हैं ग्रीन गार्ड सर्टिफाइड, एर्गोनॉमिक और बहुत टिकाऊ। अनुभव करने के लिए स्टोर में पधारें। SN इंटीरियर्स गोदरेज शोरूम, प्लेनेट मॉल, सेवोक रोड, सिलीगुड़ी।
A complete IT and security surveillance solution. From high-end professional networking solutions to biometric application, from CCTV cameras to access control, from fire alarms to vehicle monitoring systems, we do it all. Security for all, government establishment, army, banks, education, healthcare, hotels, retail chain, police, projects, real estate or home. Our services take care of everything from conducting surveys, analyzing requirements, designing solutions to implementing, installing electronic security systems and maintenance. Sidwap Siliguri 9434023813
सम्झनुहोस् जति नै मिठो पलको बिस्तारै भुल्दै जाँदछौँ हामी भने तपाईँको सम्झनालाई आगामी पुस्तौँसम्म जोगाएर राख्नेछौँ। सम्झनामा नो कम्प्रोमाइज, ताजा रहनेछ त्यस पलको भाइब्स। हायर प्रोफेसनल्स लेटेस्ट टेक्नोलोजीद्वारा तपाईँको फोटोग्राफी अनि भिडियोग्राफीको आवश्यकतालाई हामी गर्छौँ पुरा अनि तपाईँको सम्झनालाई राख्छौँ जोगाएर। सम्पर्क सोमानी डिजिभिजन एन्ड प्रोडक्सन्स, आश्रमपाडा बिसाइड्स एन्जिला हाई स्कुल, सिलगढी। सम्पर्क नम्बर 9434023813।